Hey, Christian, Kelly Bardick from WCCB Charlotte. Congratulations on being named captain. How's it feel that your teammates voted you into that role?
Yeah, it's a huge honor. It's definitely a massive honor. You know, anytime you get acknowledged by your teammates, you know, the guys you go to work with every day, it's a good feeling. So I'm excited to help lead this team, and I think, you know, we have a great group of captains, but we got a lot of guys too who are going to find a way to lead as well. So, but that's a huge honor.
Christian, Steve Reed from the AP. You know, you've got a chance to practice with these guys, but you haven't played against anybody. But how good do you think this team can be?
Well, we'll find out. I think we can be really good. It's a matter of going out and executing. I mean, I look around and I don't think there's something we don't have, and that's exciting as a player. But it's also, you know, the NFL. Everybody has talent, and we look around our team and know that we have so much talent. But it's just going to be, you know, that's why they call it any given Sunday. The team that plays the best on Sunday is the team that's going to win. So I believe in our guys, and I'm really excited to get going with this team because I definitely think we can be very good.
Hey, Christian. Jonathan Alexander, Charlotte Observer. Hope you're doing well. Matt Rule had mentioned that Mike Davis was somebody who had been impressive in camp and practices, and I'm curious, what have you seen from him that may have impressed you?
Yeah, Mike's been great. You know, he's been a guy who, you know, for me, just watching, I love watching running backs. Is someone who's fun to watch. He really can do it all. He's quick, he's fast. He can make people miss an open space, and then he can also lower his shoulders. So he's a guy that I'm definitely excited to share the backfield with this year.
Hey, Christian. This is Miles Simmons from Panthers.com. What are your general impressions of the Raiders defense? And they added Corey Littleton, and I know you went up against him with the Rams last year. What do you specifically remember about him in that matchup?
Yeah, Corey's a heck of a player. You know, definitely somebody who has a knack for the ball. He's a guy who he can play the run, he can play the pass very well. You know, he's definitely somebody who's all over the field. Obviously, he's physically extremely gifted, but mentally too, he's a very smart player and a challenge. You know, anytime you go up against a guy like that, you have to be extremely focused and detailed and have a plan because he can cause a lot of problems. But you know, overall, the Raiders defense, they play really hard. You know, they got a lot of guys who can make plays on the ball. You know, their D-line plays hard. They're physical. They're fast, fly around. So, you know, every week's a challenge. But you know, I know it's week one, but I say it all the time. You know, it just comes down to us, and start worrying about us and how we can go out there and execute and not beat ourselves.
Hey, Christian, David Newton. What did you get out of, I guess, that scrimmage last Friday where Coach Rule really wasn't happy with the starters, and now you guys had to talk to a sports psychologist about how to create your own energy? What did you get out of all that?
Yeah, you know, I mean, anytime you have a bad practice, you know, it's the same as when you have a good practice. You look at the tape, see what you can do better, and go from there. But I think, you know, obviously with no fans in the stadium and having to deal with some different protocols on game day, creating your own energy is something that's big. And you know, any advantage we can get with that, we're going to try to attack it.
Christian, this is Nick from NBC. Just as an individual, when do you think you'll notice the lack of fans in the stadium on Sunday? Like at what point in the pregame or the game? And when do you think you just won't have any focus on that at all?
You know, I'm not sure. It'll be a first time thing for me. But at the end of the day, man, you know, when there's fans there, we love it. When there's not, we still got a football game to play. And you know, once you kind of hit that flow state and you're really in the zone, you don't really recognize your surroundings and just go out there, not think, and play ball. So that's what I'm hoping we all get to real early.
Christian, just to
there's one just kind of following up on that, the absence of fans, the absence of preseason games, the longer training camp, the slower ramp up. Has any of this kind of felt real to you? Because it is so different than anything you or any of your teammates or any guys across the league have ever gone through.
Yeah, it definitely feels real. I mean, obviously, you know, you hate to see what's going on with the virus right now, but you know, I think every time I step in the building, nothing's really changed. My process hasn't changed. You know, there's a couple things here and there that you have to adapt to, but it only gets as much attention as you give it. So for us, you know, we're just continuing to adapt and focusing on the football.
Hey, Christian, just to follow up on David Newton's question, what was the advice of the sports psychologist? Just curious, like, what did he tell you guys?
Oh, well, we meet with sports psychologists a lot. That's something that Coach Rule added to our team. And so for us, I mean, like I said, any advantage we can get, we're going to try to attack it. So we meet with her a lot, and it's something that a lot of guys have found have helped them just continue to stay focused, help them with, negative talk or anything like that. Anytime you can have a mental advantage over somebody, I think it's important. So we try to bring in all the tools we can and help them to our advantage.
Christian, we just talked to Trey. He mentioned that you guys are meeting tomorrow to discuss possible pregame gestures or protests. What sort of tone as a captain, do you want to help try to set for that meeting and then going on to Sunday?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that we're all on the same page and we're all in it together. And I think that's why we're having that meeting, and I'm excited to hear from everybody. But I know one thing that when we leave that meeting, we're all going to be on the same page. And I think that's the most important thing, that we're all unified as a team.
Hey, Christian, Matt's been very coy, obviously, about what you're going to do schematically on offense and try to take advantage of that and people not knowing what you're going to do. And he also said that there's only so much, there's only one way to play football really on offense. But is there anything that we should expect to see on Sunday that might be new and exciting? Is there anything that you're excited about for Sunday?
I'm just excited to go out and play. It's been a long time coming since we felt like, something we can watch is back. Obviously, you got the NBA games in the bubble and the NHL, but, having football officially, game week, having it back is what I'm really excited for. So being able to go out, anytime you're able to go out and compete with your guys on Sunday, it's a special feeling that I definitely don't take for granted. So just excited for another NFL game, another NFL season.
Christian, when you look at the NFL and it doesn't have that hard bubble like the NBA has, so to speak, and you guys are kind of on your own outside, have you noticed, guys on your team taking it seriously when they're not in the building? Because obviously that's, been a big part of the low numbers.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. You have to. You got to take it seriously. You have to make sure that the people that you surround yourself with are staying safe. And I think with the protocols that we have, and all the different testing that we have to do every single day, they've done a great job of making sure guys are safe, making sure that this environment is safe. And so we can go out there once again, just worry about the football.
Christian, is there anything that the protocols are going to prohibit you from doing that affect your routine? Like, I know, like post-game routine, you guys aren't supposed to swap jerseys now, but I wonder, like pregame even, is there anything you would normally do, talk to the other team, other coaches, that you've sort of been advised not to do now?
No, I mean, I think, we have our protocols as far as getting tested every day. Other than that, I think we've done a good job of putting an emphasis on having it not affect your normal routine, not affect the game day. And I keep saying it, but it's true, really just once you go through the protocols and the testing and all the other stuff, that when you walk in the building, it's football time. So, I think, I don't think there's anything else that will be affected.
Guys,
Hey,
we have
Christian.
one or two more questions before I have to let Christian go.
Hey, Christian, Steve again with the Associated Press. Hey, this is a big weekend for Teddy. I mean, he's finally back in that permanent role as a starter. It's been quite a journey for 4 years. I mean, your thoughts on his journey and, just what it'll be like to see him, back in the role of a full-time starter with the Panthers Sunday.
I'm extremely excited for him. I think everybody is. And, you look at the kind of player he is, and just being able to see it firsthand every single day, but also just what he's been through and the resilience that he's showed throughout his career, obviously dealing with that injury and a couple injuries, I guess, and coming back and continuing to fight. It's a guy that you want to fight for as well. So I'm definitely excited for him.
Christian, there's been a lot of talk over the course of the offseason about how Joe Brady is as a schematic guy, drawing up plays and calling plays, but how is he as a motivator and as on that side of coaching and interacting with the players on a daily basis?
I think he's a great motivator. I think there's something about having a coach who is so schematically sound, but also can get us going. And I think the great thing about our team in general is we have such great leadership from the players that we really get ourselves fired up. And I think that's important in any team is let the coaches do their job. We'll do our job. And part of that is getting motivated. But Coach Brady's done a great job with that. And I know he'll continue to.
All right, guys, we got to let him. Last question. You're good.
All right, Christian, I was just curious. I know we've seen a lot of touchdown celebrations in practice include handing the ball off to the offensive lineman. Should we expect that to continue?
I will see. I mean, it's such an instinctual thing. Hopefully we have a lot of opportunities to do that, though, on Sunday.